Hey there, everybody. So, we're going to be doing a collective and see what is it that you guys need to know at this time, all right? So, let's see here. Immediately, what I'm getting here is I'm getting there to be a message in regarding to your state of mind, the way how you view things. Got a lot of cards coming out here. Looks like there really needed to be a message here. Let's see and interpret what these cards are trying to say here. Hmm. There's this message here where it's asking you to look over your situation, your circumstances, what's going on with your life. I'm getting mostly what this message is trying to relay here is that there needs to be a period of time where you need to examine your situation. Because while I was just shuffling, but this card came out which says start, you must start from where you are, examine your situation, and take a chance. So I'm getting here that there needs to be some sort of analyzation in regarding to your circumstances. I'm getting there's this sense of unhappiness with the Sun card in reverse. You might have tried to set your plans into motion, or you might have tried to put some sort of investment or something like that. There was some sort of investment that you were trying to make. What I'm getting, whatever the situation was, it you had some sort of a plan of how you wanted things to set, how you wanted things to go, but it didn't come into fruition. But the good news is what I'm seeing here with the Hangman reverse is the fact that I feel like this is more like the past energy because I'm getting this Hangman reverse to be your current situation where you're like starting to realize why things are not working out in a sense. I'm kind of getting that it has something to do with your environment or the people you're surrounded by, the community. For some reason, I'm getting there to be like third party influences, right? The thing with the Three of Pentacles is, especially with the Three of Cups, a lot of people, like, especially when it comes to relationship, think of it as like third party influences. I kind of like, even though that's not the actual message, but for some reason that was popping up because with the Three of Pentacles, which does talks about like collaboration, resources, and also like interaction, communication with other individuals, right? It's all about teamwork, collaboration, right? And whenever it comes to collaborating with people, you're also getting together into a group, into an environment, right? Where you're discussing things, where you're trying to make things work, right? I'm getting here that there is some sort of like third party influence or like your environment that somehow is like making you come to that realization. For some of you guys, you might notice that you put in a lot of investment into this particular thing. I'm mostly getting it could be regarding to your career or finances. It doesn't have to be, but I'm just getting that because that's what I'm intuitively gravitated towards. But it's basically anything that you're putting any physical effort or like tangible investment into, right? So that could be a project, that could be your job, your business venture, your plan or idea, whatever this thing is. It could literally be a connection with other people with the Three of Pentacles because it does talk about people. So it could be your collaboration, your relationships with other individuals, right? But I'm not getting it to be more so romantic. It's more like very platonic. So like colleagues, coworkers, friends, or things like that, right? Very platonic like, right? I'm getting that there's some sort of epiphany of what is it that you're actually meant to do. These cards are really active tonight. I don't know what's going on with them. There's this sort of sense of you like it's really interesting because I'm getting that whatever this energy that's happening here, it's going to be different for everybody because everyone's situation is different. But I'm getting that whoever this may resonate to, it's like you're still kind of in that stage where you're like exploring your options, right? You're still trying to like figure things out. I don't get so that where like you know for a fact exactly what you want to do, you know what your path is, you know what your so-called destiny, if that's what you would like to call it, really is. It's like you more trying to analyze your circumstances, what you are, what gravitate towards you, what is something that interests you. Some of you folks might be using your hobbies and things like that, things that you are gravitated towards, that's like using it as your business or something that you are putting investment into, right? But I'm getting that whatever this situation is, it's like there's some sort of falling out for some of you guys it could be different. Some of you guys it could be due to like third party circumstances. Some of you guys it could be like in regarding to collaboration with other people is what I'm getting here. But I'm getting the reason why it's not so specifying is because everyone's circumstances is different. Some of you guys, it could be literally where you were having issues with your job, finances, or some sort of like, I'm getting that whatever this, there was some sort of plan that you made or that you have invested into that basically just didn't come into fruition. Like I said, for everyone is different. But whatever this thing is, it's like you had a goal, you had a mindset on how you wanted things to do, you tried to put effort, but it's just things did not come into fruition. And I feel like that the reason why this is happening is because you are meant for other opportunities. I feel like that you guys are selling yourself a little bit short. And what I mean by that is that with the Three of Pentacles, this guy is a Mason, right? He's using all of his resources, all of his skills, his talents, gifts, and knowledge to invest into to collaborate with other people and to work together to create whatever this thing is. You know, for your guys' circumstance is going to be different, right? But it's like, even though it's like, it's kind of like the hierarchy, right? It's like you have the employees, you have the managers, the CEOs, and things like that. It's like I feel like you guys are selling yourself short, whether you realize it or not. Where like even though you do have the give skills and talents to possibly become a manager or a CEO or maybe even start your own business, it's like you still choose to work with whatever like feels like comfortable. Even if it's not comfortable, it's like whatever it is that you were able to, you know, get your hands on. But really you are meant for something much more, and I feel like that is what you guys are coming into realization. If you guys don't know, I actually did actually do a reading about this very similar, which is really strange because it was like the same message that I get that was on TikTok as well too. So I feel like that this is like a very collective reading here that it's really tapping into, where it's like I feel like a lot of majority of the people are going through this energy where it's like there's some sort of eureka aha moment or an epiphany where they're starting to tap into their potential and things like that. Like I mentioned before, I feel like you guys are selling yourself short. I feel like there is this sense of like I feel like there is this sort of sense of insecurity. Well, it's not necessarily insecurity, but it's like kind of like that, where it's like you don't feel like that maybe you possibly deserve a higher position because maybe you don't feel like you're qualified, or maybe you feel like that, you know, you would be too full of yourself or something like that, or maybe that you feel like that it wouldn't be a good investment. But I feel like that what you don't realize is that there are opportunities out there, whether you realize it or not, that you're able to, you know, take hold of to go and improve your life, but instead you're still choosing to hold yourself back. You know what I'm saying? So like if there is, like, let's just say you're working for a company and things like that, even though you're working as an employee, you, like I mentioned before, you have the potential to become a manager, you have the potential to become a supervisor, but it's like you're choosing not to do so. And I'm trying to figure out as to the reason why that is. For some reason, I'm getting it could also be in regarding to competition, right? Because also with the Three of Pentacles, it also does the fact that it's also in reverse. I'm kind of getting, like I mentioned before, it could be third party influences where there might be some sort of like disagreements with other people. There might be some disagreements with the company, with the work, or whatever it is that you're dealing with, right? There's just some sort of thing happening here where it's like you're not on the same page here. So like let's just say you're working for a company, right? I'm getting that there being some sort of disagreements with the supervisor, with the manager, or the way how the company runs. Like maybe you have these, like I feel like that you guys have a lot of bright ideas. You have a lot of, you know, these ideas, these thoughts on what ways to like possibly improve the company, improve the project, or whatever this thing is. But it's like for some reason, because, you know, maybe of your position or things like that, or where you guys are working at, because of the, you know, the way how it's always structured. The Three of Pentacles talks about how things have always been structured, right? You got these people that are in this very firm like building, right? And it's like difficult to, you know, change the rules, change the way how things have always been. But it's like the reason why you're getting these thoughts is because you are meant to go and make those changes. And I feel like that whether you realize this or not, it's like even if you don't end up becoming a supervisor or like a CEO or whatever in this company or job, whatever it is, right? As an example, it's like you are meant to possibly like even start your own business. And also, if things did not work in the way that you thought or wanted it to work in that company and you weren't able to give, if they don't appreciate you giving out your ideas, your thoughts and your opinions on how to improve the company, it's like why invest your time and effort into that when you can, if you already have the skills and knowledge to start your own company, your own business, and run things the way how you want to, you know what I'm saying? And it's like because of your ideas and because you have gone through the experience, you know what it's like to start from that level and to grow. It's like you basically already have the foundation laid out for you. You just need to go ahead and take that opportunity, right? Is pretty much what I'm getting here. For some of you guys, I'm getting that there could have been some sort of disagreements, like I said, with supervisors, managers, or like coworkers, where it's like you can't be on the same page here. And I feel like because of that is the reason why I feel like some of you guys tend to also work independently or alone because possibly you don't want to cause drama, you don't want to get involved into other disagreements or conflicts and things like that. And that's kind of like what I'm getting here. But the thing about the emperor is that regardless of like what you identify and things like that, based on your energy, you have the ability to go and venture out into the unknown. You have the ability, the emperor is the type of individual that has like the king of swords, the king of wands, the king of cups, right? All of those elements embodied into one individual. He has gone through the experience. He has gone through many of the trials and tribulations to get to where he is at. And that's basically what is talking about your energy is that you have the ability to go after whatever it is that you want. Knight of Wands in reverse. That's crazy. It's like I'm getting you guys have the potential, but it's like you are holding yourselves back. And I feel like it's all out of fear or something like that. Fear that, a lot of you have this fear, 1212 on the timestamp, because you're afraid that other people might evil eye you or something like that. I don't know if that might be the case where people might have evil eyed you because of your talents, gifts, and skills, and that's why you might be dimming your light. But I'm getting here. What it's trying to let you know is that you're not meant to dim your light. And the reason why things are not progressing or going well in your life is because you are meant to do something much more better. But it's like in order for you to do that, you need to invest into it. You need to act on your passions, right? And instead of dimming your light, you have this assumption that, oh, in order for me to do well, confirmation in whatever this thing is, 12:55 on the timestamp, I need to dim my light. I need to try to be like the other people. When really, that is not what you're meant to do. You're meant to stand out so that you can go and achieve more and and express yourself in the way that you are meant to be, that you are meant to do. And that's pretty much like what I am getting here. I'm also getting a message here. A lot of you guys could be a little bit too much in your head as well too, which sounds so contradictory. I get that, but I'm getting here that a lot of you need to have this balance, if that makes any sense. Like I feel like what's happening here is that you're analyzing things from not in a way where you're what you're supposed to be analyzing from, if that makes any sense. I feel like a lot of you are putting your attention onto the wrong things. Is basically what I'm trying to say here. I feel like what you're supposed to be doing, right, is that you're supposed to be balancing things out. Right now there's a lack of balance because you're focusing your time and attention on the wrong things. Like, let's just say, for example, you're working on a job, you're working on a project or whatever, right? It's like you're focusing on how can I go and make sure that this situation doesn't happen again, when really you should be focusing on, okay, let's just say that, for example, there ends up being conflict in this workplace or whatever. You have a disagreement with a coworker or a disagreement with like a supervisor or whatnot, right? 1444 on the timestamp. The reason that is happening, you might think that like, oh, I probably should just listen to whatever my supervisor, whatever my coworker says, and things like that, and just, not cause any conflict. When really, the reason why you're feeling this way and the reason why it's bothering you is because you know that deep down inside something doesn't feel right about this situation, right? You know deep down inside there's something is not right about this situation. I feel like some of you guys may feel like that whoever this person is a very they might be the type of person that has authority, that has power or whatnot, right? Some of you folks could be dealing with an authority like figure, but I feel like that whoever this person is being very too stern, very too strict, and it's almost to the point where it could possibly be almost unreasonable. And that's not to say that this person is bad or whatnot. I'm not getting that to be the case. But I feel like that with the Queen of Swords, this person has the ability to cut anybody off that they feel like that is not worthy of their attention. So if they feel like that whatever your ideas and things like that do not interest them or doesn't resonate with them, they will cut it off. And that's not, like I mentioned, that's not to say that this person is a bad person. It's just that you cannot get on the same page. You cannot align with each other, right? And it's asking you, you need to balance things out, right? If things do not align with you, that means that it's not meant for you. 1616 on the timestamp. You're meant to look at things from a different perspective. You're meant to see, okay, if this person is not aligning with me, what can I do 7:33 on the clock to uh do things from another way, from a different perspective. Okay, this business does not work. Okay, I'll just go find another business to work at. This company is not good for me. I'll just go find another job that resonates with me, or in fact I'll just build my own side hustle, my own company, right? It's all about thinking outside of the box. What are some ways that you can do to step out of your comfort zone? We also have judgment in the back. So what you're not seeing is that even though yes, you are going through these issues, right, where this period of you trying to rediscover yourself, you trying to analyze a situation, right? What you're not seeing is that you are given a second chance. Some of you guys, it could be another opportunity that could be given to you. I'm getting whatever this opportunity, this new thing is going to be. It's going to be something like a gift from source, and it's going to be something for you to um it whatever this thing is going to help you, to give you another chance to finally express yourself, finally be yourself. I feel like what it's really trying to basically let you know is also be aware of some sort of opportunity that's going to be granted towards you. But at the same time, it's also in order for you to see that opportunity, you need to get out of this mindset of like, oh, I need to go and improve this to become this type of person, right? When really you are perfect just the way you are. You just need to express that authenticity and just be open to receiving other opportunities. Because I feel like that if you're way too stuck on a certain mindset, onto a certain path, you will tend to overlook the opportunities that are actually meant for you. So in order to not miss this, make sure to step out of your mindset and make sure to be open to whatever type of opportunities or pathways that are out there for you, because I feel like whatever that is, it's going to be your chance for retribution, for you to finally express your authentic self, to finally be yourself, to finally feel like that you're not an outcast, that you're actually meant to do something and make a huge impact into the world, right? Some of you guys 18 may be significant as well too. The thing about the horses, right, as well too, for the card, is that horses, they just they go right, and whenever they run towards the wind and things like that, they do so with confidence, they do so without a second thought, right? And they do so gracefully. So I feel like that what it's trying to let you know here is that whatever you feel this urge, whatever you feel this pull towards, it's not for no reason. So if you feel like that there's an opportunity out there for you, or if you feel drawn to a particular area or whatever this thing is, whether it's like a thing, person, project, job, whatever pathway it is, that means that that is meant for you. So it's asking you to be not too much in your head, but to also be very open and receptive to whatever it is that could possibly come in, because whatever this thing is, like I said, is going to be your second chance for your retribution. All right. And whatever this thing is that you feel drawn to, it's asking you to go full force. Right. And it's really interesting because that's reminding me of the Fool card. And for those of you guys that know anything about the Fool card, is that When you are jumping off the cliff, you need to jump in all the way, right? Because if you hesitate, you end up slipping up. And it's kind of like whenever you're doing gymnastics, right? If you're gonna go, like, let's just say, for example, if you're gonna do a front or back flip, right? You got to make sure that you're gonna be dedicated to do it all the way. Because if you hesitate, if you flinch just a little bit, you'll mess it up and you end up, breaking your back or cracking your neck or something like that. That God forbid anybody goes through, right? So that's like kind of the message that I'm getting here. So it's like if you feel drawn to a particular thing, whatever this thing is, it may not make sense to you, but you will feel it. And that's because you are meant to go after whatever this opportunity is. And it's going to be your chance to get out of this matrix like thing, whatever you're in, right? And you're going to go after this thing that is going to be your chance for like I mentioned before, your chance of retribution. But you also got to make sure that you dive in headfirst all the way in, is kind of what I'm getting here. Anything else for guidance? I feel like I should pull another card. I felt another card wanted to pull out. This is basically clarification, passion. Literally what I mentioned. It will take passion for you to push through your self-criticism to get to a place of confidence. Some of you 63 might be significant as well too. I feel like that's it. Whoa, that's crazy. Okay, so yeah, start in passion. So once again, if you feel this intuitive calling and that you feel like you're drawn to or you're gravitate to that thing, go for it all in. Because if you hesitate, once again, you will end up losing an opportunity, right? Some of you guys, it could be, I don't know why. This reminds me of the Aquarius card, the water barrier. And it's really crazy because on the top of the deck, we also have the star. So I don't know. Are some of you guys like in the limelight where you guys are like influencers or you are in the entertainment industry or something like that? If not, I'm getting you getting a lot of recognition, whatever this thing is. I feel like what a lot of you folks don't realize is that I feel like that the reason why it's really important for you to go after whatever this thing that you're passionate about, right? Is because you guys are meant to gain a lot of recognition on whatever this thing is. Whatever this thing is, it's something that you was really hoping for and you ever dreamed of. So think about what was something that you always wanted to do? What was something that you was super passionate about that you never lost passion for and that you still would love to do till this day? Because I feel like whatever this thing is, that is your calling. That is something that you're meant to do and work on long term. And the way how she's pouring it, it's like she's bearing the fruits of her labor as well too. She's sprouting things. But once again, in order to get that water, you need to work for it. You need to go get the water from the river and then pour it out, right? So it's like you need to enact on your passions. You need to go after whatever you are passionate about. This guy, he has a solemn expression. He's disappointed. It's like he's a bit disappointed in his circumstances. But the thing is, like, what he's not seeing up there is that there's a star, which talks about wish fulfillment. But I don't think he's able to see that because he's so focused on the issues that he has at hand, which is very similar to what this whole entire message is about. You're focused on the wrong things. You need to focus on yourself. You need to focus on your passions. You need to focus on what draws you to enact on your passions, is what I'm getting here. Remember, past accomplishments are a way to overcome present self-doubt. So for some of you, if that makes any sense, if you feel like that you don't have the motivation or that you lost all hope and things like that in regarding to your situations, think about your past accomplishments. Another thing that's really helped me to help me stay motivated is I would all the time write down one thing that I did that I accomplished today. So sometimes what I would recommend is I would get like a checklist. I will write down what is something that I would like to achieve for this day. And once I check mark it, you don't have to check mark everything because you can move that on to the next day, right? But as long as you see that check mark, and that you accomplish something, it's the feeling of self-relief. It's that feeling like, "Oh, wow, I actually did do something that helped me to move forward in my life," right? Is pretty much what I'm getting here. It will take passion for you to push through your self-criticism and get to a place of confidence. So once again, you need to reenact into your passions. Go after for whatever it is that calls to you. Because I'm getting if you don't, you end up losing that opportunity is kind of what I'm getting here. With the accomplishment card is a reminder to take some time to appreciate and savor your achievements before moving on to the next challenge. Creative people often ignore or outright demean their accomplishments, feeling more comfortable in doing than in appreciating. If self doubt is a problem, the remembering of past hurdles you have jumped in, races you have won, can put you back on track and help you feel more confident. This card can also be an acknowledgement from the universe that you have done or will soon do something wonderful. Literally, what I mentioned. I did say that you guys are going to be going after whatever it is that you guys are passionate about. And guess what? This is your confirmation that if you go and enact on that, you guys will achieve Emperor status, success. If you're thinking of a particular situation when you drew this card, then you can rest assured that your understanding of it is sound and you can proceed without delay on the course you have charted. So, no matter how bad you think it's going to go, everything is going to go in your favor, is pretty much what it's saying. This is beautiful. This is a beautiful message. Wow. I just can't believe it. Start. You must start from where you are, examine your situation, and take a chance. The start card is one of the most important creativity oracle cards. The journey of 1,000 miles begins beneath your feet. Your creative process starts with your vision of what you want to do and how you want to do it. Picking this card is an indication that it is time to take the first steps to make your vision come alive. Many people exhaust their creativity, crafting excuses for why they cannot start doing what they know needs to be done. It cannot be said often that the best way to overcome the inertia and complacency that are the mortal enemies of creativity is to just get in the race. Starting does not require genius, it requires that you get in the race and that you warm up, knowing that what you do will be revised substantially and possibly discarded. Start. And then last card, we have Passion, 63. Passion. The passion card is an indication that you need to maintain the level of passion that you initially manifested for the matter in question. It is a reminder that a half-hearted, casual approach to living your life creatively is doomed to failure. You will succeed only when you fan the embers of your deep desire to live life to the full into a roaring fire of overwhelming need to take action to make it real. Passion enables us to overcome the inevitable obstacles and distractions that arise when we declare our intention to devote our energy flow and our limited time on earth to explore what interests and excites us. Living passionately is like having a love affair with life. Pretty much, I mean, I don't know how else I should, go into the reading because it pretty much says everything that I've been talking about in this reading. All you really have to do basically from this message is that you just need to enact on your passion because I feel like if you do so, you're going to be achieving immense success, like I mentioned before. Emperor status, you're going to be achieving your hopes and dreams. Once again, you're living this life where it's dull and boring. You're not happy. You're not satisfied with your life because that's not what you're meant to do. You're meant to have a zest for life. You're meant to be passionate, excited. In order to do that, you need to enact on your passion. Just starting on small little things, right? And just getting it out of there. And if you don't feel the motivation or anything like that, or if you're losing it, do the checklist method, right? Write down small goals, like small ones. It doesn't have to be large. Just be like, okay, I will read like a few sentences of this, right? And then just check mark it. And then just the relief of check marking and going through it is going to feel like you have done something that, contributed to whatever it is that you're passionate about, right? And the more you keep on doing that, the more closer you are going to be to achieving your goals and then achieving your desire and success, which is pretty much is what I'm getting here from the reading. So in general, I do see you guys going after your guys' dreams, your guys' passions, because once again, I feel like you guys are anyways kind of bored with the situation you're at right now. And I feel like I don't see you guys sticking to the situation for very long. I feel like you're going to get out of it because, once again, boredom does not help with anything, right? In life. So I feel like due to your boredom, you guys are gonna go and after your guys' dreams and passions, and I'm seeing a lot of good results from that, a lot of success. So hopefully you guys like this and you guys found this to be helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. All right, take care.